Hey guys, it's Meg. I am here this week with a new video for you. This is going to be our standard tarot reading, so if you want to get a message from the cards, please come on in, have a seat, get comfortable. We're going to get to our message in a minute. I do have some small things I'd like to say before we get into it though, and we'll do that right now. If you like what you see in the video, please consider hitting the like, subscribe, and the bell buttons so you can stay in the loop. Excuse me. Stay in the loop for when I post new work. I have also included links to my social media and my website, as well as a list of all of the decks I've used for this reading and the timestamp for the bonus, because there will be a bonus reading at the end of this video. If you want to just jump right over to that, that's totally cool. But if you are interested in seeing the full message, yeah, please stick around. Also, I am taking private readings at this time. If that's something you'd be interested in, there's a link to my website, my commissions page, all of that is in the description. So, let's get into the reading. If you guys are new to my channel, I actually I do things. I feel like I do things a little bit differently from other readers, and other readers are great if you can find one that you like and trust their messages. Yeah, that's really cool. I have a couple that I really like. Those being Minnow Pond, 7D, and Empath Tarot. So I'll link. You know what? I'll link those channels in the description of this video because I find they're really good, and their reading styles are something I aspire to in my own readings. So, where I'm going with all of that, circle back around to the private readings. If you feel that there's something I can help you with, I'm happy to try. I'm happy to do so. Please feel free to get in touch if you think that will be necessary. Also, back to the original point, what I'm going to do to start the reading is have a look at the Oracle energy. We have a couple of Oracle decks out from my collection, and we're going to see what we need to see from the Oracle energy, and then I will go into the tarot to clarify that. Okay, so let's get started here. For Oracle energy, we have Leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. Okay, we also have the Flamingo. Find healthy balance. Okay, let me show that again. Flamingo. We also have Accepting What Is. I accept and embrace my inner majesty. Okay. And we have the Stingray. I'm going to do my best to interpret this when we get to it, but one thing that I'm seeing right off the bat is the idea of personal power. I'm getting to that because we're talking about majesty, accepting what is about ourselves, and I'm getting the feeling that we need to look within ourselves, look within our hearts, and trust our intuition, because trust our intuition, trust our wisdom, trust our knowledge, because we're being asked to basically free jump off a ledge. Okay, I'm getting like Fool energy. I'm getting something to the effect of we've come to an open door, and it's a matter of whether we go through it or stay where we are. Okay, again, there is a call to take the leap of faith, basically. There is something coming in that we need to possibly be careful of or look more carefully at. And it, doing that may make you feel uncomfortable or make you question what it is you're capable of. But that's the thing. You have you have your own unique brand of magic about you. Okay, and once you accept that, once you take that in, and use that to your highest benefit, you're going to be able to take this leap a lot easier. Okay. And in order to do that, there's going to have to be a balance struck. And I think this is in specific, the balance is going to have to be struck between what you know and what you're learning. Because, you're obviously you're very brain smart, but I think there's something in your heart that you have to take into it in order to take the call of action to have to take the leap of faith, right? And again, this is going to be finding a balance between what you know and what you're learning at this time. And on top of that, I'm sensing some resistance, because for the most part, it's easy for you to go with the flow. It's easy for you to just be, when situations are comfortable. There's a caveat to that. I think there may be something you're resisting or something you're looking to get away from, even though you're very good at getting into the depths of what you are looking to achieve. So by that I mean that you know what you want, you know how you want to go about it. But when something changes, as in this case, you're being asked to take this leap once again. It's going to be harder for you because I think there's something about the situation you're resisting. Okay. Again, accepting what is and striking a balance between what you know and what you're learning right now is going to help. It's going to help ease this resistance, and it's going to help you move the needle forward on what you want to achieve. Okay. Quick side note here. I interpreted this card intuitively rather than by the book, which is kind of what you should do in readings like this, to go with your intuition here. So if you know something different, if you recognize this deck, this is the Wild Unknown Animal Spirits. So if you know something differently about how to interpret this Stingray card, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to have discussions with you over that. But yeah, there is the Oracle energy to start. So we're going to get into our tarot reading right now. What I'm going to do here is get some cards out on the board, as it were, and then we are going to interpret it we're going to interpret the cards within the context of our Oracle energy. We're going to clarify, and then the last part of this is going to be for you in specific about how you might use this energy or what you need to see for the rest of this reading. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so for the first, okay, we have a card errand here, but we'll just set that off to the side. Okay, first card I want to see here is the moon. Okay, so there are some things that are not necessarily clear just yet. There's things that are in the dark, And again, we're coming back to this resistance aspect, because typically you're going to see a little shellfish depicted here. But I like that there are the trees and the black sky in this card, because I'm sensing that there's some situation that you're too close to. I'm looking off to the side. I have a box of face tissues over here, and it just twitched a little bit. Okay, thank you. I'll take that as confirmation. There's something that you aren't clear for. There's something that you're not necessarily seeing because you're too close to the situation. And I think, given that you're being asked to move forward and kind of jump off a cliff here, is that the reason you're resisting, or the reason why you're kind of operating from an ego mind, is that you can't see the tree for the forest. Okay, you're not seeing the bigger picture, but you're also not letting yourself step back from it. Okay, and that's where this resistance is coming in, and it's all coming from an ego, fear based. That's the energy that's coming through. It's that it's ego, it's fear, it's the unknown that's bothering you more than being uncomfortable where you are, right? So there's the moon. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, you have the Seven of Swords coming out as well. So there's something being hidden from you, and I think this is a personal deception rather than something that is rather than it's coming from you rather than someone external from you. Okay, there is some resistance due to a deception that you're operating under. Well, I can't do this, or this isn't going to happen because I don't have this, or I need A, B, and C to do D, E, and F. Like, maybe, but let's look at how you're thinking about the situation as a whole. Okay, situation as a whole. Maybe that's, like I said, that's not what you're looking at right now. You're not seeing the whole thing. I think because you might be afraid to. Okay. Yeah, Seven of Swords. We also have the Four of Wands. Okay, you want the stability. You want the stability. You want the stability is what's coming forward with this card quite obviously, because there's something here that's destabilizing you. Okay, what you already know, it's safe. It's safe, and that's where you want to be. However, it's not the full situation. Okay, it's not the full scope. Okay, going back here, you know what you know, and you're like, yeah, okay, that's it. But is it? Right? I think you have that thought in your head, and that's what's making you feel nervous. It's what's making you feel resistant. It's what's making you feel like you don't have the courage to look behind door number 1 or door number 2 or door number 3 or whatever choice you make, right? What if I don't like what I see? What if I don't like what I get? You're not bound in by anything. You have free will. You can change the script. If you don't like where it's going, rewrite the script, right? Okay. So let's see some hidden energy, please. Hidden energy is the Magician. What did I just say? You have the capability of rewriting the script. You have everything you need already. Okay? Enough said. Thank you, by the way. Thank you. Magician. Okay, yeah. So here's our hidden energy, Magician. Our clarifying energy is the Six of Pentacles. So there needs to be an unblockage of the flow right now. And by flow, I mean that there are things that you are capable of giving, and those things you give are going to make room for you to receive. Okay? Um, when you unlock your generosity, you unlock a lot of doors. And that is, yeah, that's where I think we need to end up. It's also interesting to say that because taking the leap, especially at this time, there's part of this fear, part of this resistance is that you're in a lack mindset. So perhaps you don't feel that you have what it takes to give what's being asked because you don't have it in the first place. Okay, that could be true, that if it's money, okay, maybe you don't have a lot of it, that's fair. But if you're trying to get, let's just use a money example. If you're trying to get a new job and you want, because it's more money in your pocket, this, that, and the other, you have to give time to the effort, but also receive what you may be missing. Okay. Again, being in that lack, you also have to give up. Potentially what you need to give up is the idea that you're not good enough. You are. There's the Magician. So I block the title entirely. There is your Magician card. Okay. And if you need a confirmation that you can, here you go. Okay. So let's see what we need to see. Why are we seeing all of these interesting, beautiful cards out for the first part of this reading? Let me know. Please let me see what we need to see. I'm going to clarify the moon. Okay. Why are we seeing the moon, please? Okay. We are seeing the moon because we have the Eight of Pentacles coming out. There's an effort. There's certainly some hard, diligent work has been put into this so far. And perhaps part of the problem is that you're not seeing the effort come out of this hard work. You're putting in hours of work, study, just hard effort, hard work has been put into whatever this situation is so far. Okay. And it's become the kind of thing that maybe you're on autopilot and doing it. Yeah, you're on autopilot. I do think this work means something to you. It is giving you fulfillment. But what isn't fulfilling is the feeling that you're not actually getting results out of it. And it's tough when you get to that point. But we do have the Seven of Cards, so maybe there's a mindset that you're in. It's like, I like what I do, but what's the point, right? Weird place to be. There's a weird place to be. That's part of this finding balance card. Remember, we had the flamingo. This is calling for us to strike a balance. So there's part of that. I think that's part of why we're seeing the moon card here. But we also have the Emperor. So we have the capability of achieving, of persevering, um, and that's what I feel like. This might be a character trait for you because you are determined. You're very much an authority over whatever this energy is. But there's also this nagging little voice in your head that's like, well, are you though? Like, are you though? I'm gonna poke you until you pay attention to me. And I think that's part of what's happening. Okay. Um, hang in there. Hang in there. I do think something will come clear of this. There's some releasing and switching up that may need to happen. Okay. So there's the Emperor. Okay. Let's clarify our Seven of Swords. Okay. Why are we seeing the Seven of Swords, please? See the Seven of Swords here. Okay. And we'll take you. Okay. So to start, yeah, I was possibly right about the lack mindset here because we have the Five of Pentacles. There is some self-deception here, and I think where this is coming from is the idea that you have to do this alone. When the fact of the matter is that no, you really don't. There are helpers in this realm and other realms. Um, but but the fact that you feel you have to go this issue alone is leaving you kind of mired in bad emotions and emotions. Okay, I say bad emotions. I don't think there are bad emotions. I do think that what you feel is real and it's meant for you to feel when you feel it, right? Um, but the harder emotions to deal with, things like anger, pain, things like that, um, those might be what you're experiencing, and you're letting yourself become mired in it unnecessarily. And like I said, there is help, okay? Um, but you have to knock on the door. You don't have to stay in the cold, okay? Jumping back to the comment I made about rewriting the script. You're not bound in, you don't have to stay down, okay? It may feel like hell to get back up, but you have what it takes to get back up, and there's help for you on the other side of the door if you need it, okay? Knock and the door shall be answered. Okay? We also have the Knight of Pentacles here. So there not there is help for you. Going back to the Five of Pentacles, there is help. You can ask for it. You're not alone. Okay? And there is no shame in to having to ask for help. But I think once you do, you're going to be able to take action and put down new roots. You're going to let new ideas grow. Okay, and I'm saying that because the Seven of Swords, in particular, this card, deceptions, things not clear, right? But swords generally are of the mind. They have to do with your thoughts, your perceptions, how you're thinking about a specific situation. Um, and the reason we're possibly seeing the Seven of Swords here is that you've deceived yourself into thinking you're alone when you're not. Okay? And when you come in and ask for help, you're going to find that people want to help you plant your fields differently, take action, move forward. Okay? You know what that action needs to be for you, and you know that there will be support for you in order to do this work. Again, knock on the door. Okay. Let's see our Four of Wands here. Okay, why are we seeing the Four of Wands? Okay, so we're seeing the Four of Wands because we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. This one came flying off, so I'm gonna, sorry, I'm gonna take this card, the Knight of Swords in reverse. And there's something that we're not, something that I don't think we're necessarily happy for. Something we're blocking our freedom by staying where we are. Okay, by not taking that leap, we're just sitting in front of a closed door, and that's not where we want to be. I don't like where I don't. That's not where we want to be. Again, we want the stability. Remember that I mentioned the Four of Swords, Wands. Just kidding. Four of Wands is about that stability, that happiness. Still have a little way to go to build our abundance in this area, but but ultimately in this situation we want to build that stability, and we're not doing that because we're stuck. It's blocking the happiness we want. Okay, and what do we do with that? Okay, what are we supposed to do? Right? Again, like I said, knock on the door. There are people who will help you build it. Okay, that's the Knight of Wands in reverse. Again, we have the Seven of Swords coming out again here. Something that you deceived yourself into believing is destabilizing you. It's making you feel off balance, off kilter. And if this is what we want, there are certain things. Remember, ask for help, knock on the door, do a shift in this mindset, and address what it is that you're making yourself believe and why it's making you unhappy. Okay? I hope that made sense. Let's get into the Magician. Let's see why we are seeing the Magician, please. Okay, why are we seeing the Magician? Show me for the Magician, please. Okay, first card, we have the Six of Wands here. So we need to celebrate ourselves. Okay, we have everything we need. We have the capability, we have the resources. Okay, and you know, going back to the Eight of Pentacles energy, we talked about putting in the time, paying your dues over this situation, making an effort to, making the effort. And we have made progress, whether we see it or not. I think giving yourself a chance to celebrate that progress and be just be happy to be happy, right? Other people see the job you've done, the hard work you've put in, and what you need to give yourself is the chance to see it for yourself too. Okay? I mean, yeah, give yourself the chance to celebrate your achievements and your progress because you have made it. Other people see it. Give yourself the chance to celebrate. Okay? So there's the Six of Wands. But we also have the Page of Pentacles. So you're at a new start, okay, and you're putting down you're trying to put down new roots because everything you know has been uprooted. It's changed. It's moved. It hasn't moved in the way you thought it would, but it has moved on, okay, and it's time to find a new balance so that you can grow new seeds. You can see new roots being put down. Okay, Part of that process is recognizing your capability to do this work and to celebrate your progress. Okay? So let's see clarification for the Six of Pentacles, please. Okay. Six of Pentacles, please. Why are we seeing this? Okay, Six of Pentacles. Once we get into the flow of generosity, we are going to be very clear about what it is that we want. Where do we want to go? How do we want to get there? Okay, we're driving the car. Okay, we're driving the car. And you know what? While it might, we're driving the car. I had another thought, but it's not particularly relevant to this portion of the reading. So, you know, now that we're in the car, what else do we need to see about this? The Three of Wands. We're still moving slow, because we are, you know, we still have to plan some things. We still have to plan out what we want to do as we're moving down the road. But again, we have the keys to the car. We can drive our vehicle forward. Okay. Because once we clear out these deceptions, these little nitpicky thoughts, things are going to be much easier, and we don't have to resist what's being shown to us. Okay? I hope this made sense. Let me move into the last two. I have two other decks that I want to use for this reading, but this reading is going to be for you in specific. Okay? So now that we know that we need to clear out some of our mind thoughts, do a shift in perspective, let's see what we need to see. Okay, let's see what we need to see about how can I help you use this energy to your best benefit here. Okay, all right, let's see here. Okay, actually we have one popping out already. So the first card for you is the Queen of Swords. Yeah, you're definitely smart. You know something's up. You're observing your situation, okay? And you're definitely a thinker, okay? You have a lot of interesting and good thoughts going on in your head, but there are things there's a situation you put yourself in that has kind of blocked the connection between your head and your heart. And you know what? What your head wants and what your heart wants they're two very different beasts, right? Um, there is a way to find a healthy balance between both. And yeah, part of this is that I think you're in your head enough that you forget what your heart needs. Okay, your heart needs a chance to rest. Your heart needs a chance to celebrate progress, even if it is the littlest thing. The littlest thing could result in yeah, even if it is celebrating the littlest thing. That's where I wanted to go. Yeah, you're okay. I've stopped myself there. We'll see what else comes out, and maybe that'll clarify the rest of this Queen of Swords energy. Basically, what I'm saying on that is that this deck is spicy, first of all, but something you've done has stopped you from really being in tune with the connection between your head and heart. Okay, and we have another card for conflict. This is the Seven of Wands. So again, I think what you're fearing in all of this is that you don't want to have to address the conflict. This is a, this could be internal, but if it's external from you, I think there's this fear of having to address it. And I know that's not comfortable, but sometimes following your own path means that you stand up for yourself and answer for the things you've chosen to do. Okay, that's hard, um, especially if you have hurt people, and by hurt I mean that you deceived them, you made them feel bad, this, that, and the other. That's, the answering for yourself in this situation is difficult, but you're doing it. You have to do it. This is there's something here that's attacking your right to be where you are. Okay. And no, that's not fun. That's not it. But and by not it, I mean that it doesn't feel good. Nothing about the Seven of Wands doesn't feel good. But again, you're capable of doing it. It's just that this the Seven of Wands and this Queen of Swords energy, you don't want the conflict, so you stopped yourself from feeling in your heart and you're thinking in your head, and the scales are tipped, right? So let's see what else we need to see. And we also have the Page of Pentacles here again. So there's this conflict of how you want to achieve abundance, how you're achieving that thing. And again, you're coming from a lack mindset, okay? And again, this is difficult. It's difficult because you want certain things and you're going about it in a way that maybe people don't entirely agree with, okay? Holding up the Seven of Wands energy here, okay? Page of Pentacles, let's see. Clarifying energy. This is actually our hidden energy. So we have the Ace of Cups. In all of this, there's a new opportunity for growth, specifically with our spirituality and in terms of our emotional growth as well. Because I think whereas before we would be reactive and impulsive, now we're sitting back and being like, okay, there's this fear, there's this resistance. How do I clear it? Right? What do I need to clear? What do I need to know? What do I need to see in terms of my process? Okay. And all of that is coming from a place of growth. Okay. So there is the Ace of Cups. All right. But we also have the Knight of Pentacles as well. Again, this is a repeat card. Once we get into that emotional and spiritual growth, then it's a matter of putting down our roots, taking grounded and practical action, because we are growing. We are going to grow. It's just a matter of how to take action. Okay? So there's the Knight of Pentacles. All right. Let's see our final energy for you, and then we will get into our bonus reading. Okay. So let's see. Okay. All right. So first card, once again, we have the Seven of Swords. The idea of self-deception is really highlighting for me right now. Again, really highlighting. Let's go into another card right now. Again, the thought is that we're kind of stuck. We're kind of stuck in that thought. It's hard. This thing that we're thinking in our head is kind of hard to get away from. This and the Seven of Swords is a repeat card for sure. Pay attention. Pay attention to it. I know I've harped on it because you have a call to action that's leading you away from this deception. But yeah, but question mark. What's going on? What's going on with the Seven of Swords? You have the Ace of Wands. I don't think you have. I don't think you have a good idea of how intense this deception really is for you, and you're starting to see the light. You're starting to see the light of that. You're being offered the opportunity to look at how intense this is for you. Okay. Yeah. Something you're thinking runs fairly deep, and because you've kind of you've blocked yourself from seeing it. Okay. Interesting. You've blocked yourself from seeing it, and in turn you're not seeing the results. Here's another repeat card. I swear to you, I shuffled these decks. Okay, you've seen me shuffle it on camera. You're putting in the effort to do this, but I think you've deceived yourself into not seeing a result. Okay. Okay. Let's see some hidden and clarifying energy, please. Okay. Hidden energy is strength. Okay. You have the strength, both emotional, spiritual, and potentially physical. You're using that strength to overcome, okay, specifically within your more impulsive desires. Okay, this is what I said earlier, whereas before you were acting impulsively and reactively, now you're looking at things a bit more analytically. And while it might not seem like it has yielded results, it's there. It's there. Okay. There's our hidden energy. The clarifying energy is the Queen of Cups. So, yeah, the opportunity here is that you get in touch with your emotions. You feel what you feel. Reach out to people who might be able to help you through the harder moments. And know that you're capable of doing this. Okay, remember that you have strength, you have the Magician. Okay, all of this is about striking the balance between your head and heart, looking at the tough things that may be making you feel intensely about it, and know that it's not it's not a bad thing to self-reflect. It's not a bad thing to it's not a bad thing to do this work, okay, because it will yield results, but it's going to move slow, okay? Whether you like to hear that or not, this process is a slow one, okay? So let's get into our bonus reading and see what we need to see for this. Maybe it will supplement or give new information to the main reading. Let's see what we need to see, okay? No, I think I'm reading this wrong here. Okay, we have card 4. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Okay. We have the Coyote. Illuminate your illusions. We also have Flying Free. I unfurl my wings and fly. Okay. And we have the Golden Egg. Okay. This is going to be a supplement to our main reading because right off the bat, I think we have an encouragement here, especially with the you're already doing it and the Coyote. You have put in so much work, so much effort, so much work, and you don't. Well, I think the deception is that you're not seeing results. You're not going to see the result right away. That's like, well, what's the point? Like, what's the point? You attain your freedom by doing this. Again, yes, it's a slow process, and it's a process that doesn't have a finish line because, at least in my experience, it's not a goal that you set. You can't script it, you can't write it out, you can't action plan this necessarily. You can, you can plan for a meditative session, some time for personal introspection. Okay. But ultimately, when you start moving, when you start pushing out the old energy, you have space to open your wings and go forward. Okay. And also, the bonus point of that is that you have the golden egg out here. Again, I'm going to interpret this intuitively, but you do have a lot of good, beautiful, creative things coming in for you. Okay. Right now, they might still be in the incubation stage. Okay, because I'm going with the egg motif here. But eventually, all of these things will hatch. All of these things will hatch. It's just going to take some work to keep things, to keep things going. You're already doing the work. Okay, you're already doing the work, and bringing to light what you're thinking and what you're believing might not feel comfortable, but it is doable. Okay, and here are the results. Okay. All right. Let's get into our bonus tarot reading. See what we need to see right there. Okay. So we have the Three of Swords. We have the Eight of Cups. Okay. We have the Ten of Wands. And we have the Sun. Hold that in frame. Okay. So what we're illuminating, what we're letting go of is the burden of pain and disappointment. Okay, we've had so much on our shoulders. We've had to see a lot of things fall away. We've had to see a lot of things fall away, and I think, like I said in the beginning, you are determined to see things through. Okay, the question I have is at what cost, and are you willing to let it go? Right? This is what we're working towards. We're working towards letting go of the heartache, letting go of things that haven't worked out for you, responsibilities that you don't need to hold anymore. Okay? All of that it's just weighing you down. You can't be free if you're weighed down by pain and hurt and all this, that, and the other. Okay? This is what we're working to let go. Okay? That's what we're working to let go. But on top of that, we're working on so much growth. So much growth. This is a new season coming in for you, I think. Okay? And it's a good season. It'll be a season of abundance. It'll be a season of strength. You won't be in a lack mindset. Okay? Um, you won't be in a lack mindset because you'll know what to do to help your garden grow. Okay? So there's the sun. All right. And that is it for this reading, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. I love you. I hope this finds you when you are meant to see it. Again, please get into the description box if you want to see more. Certainly outside of YouTube, all of my contacts and things like that are in the description. But if you guys have any questions, comments, and concerns, let me know. And until the next one, guys, I love you. Stay safe, and I will see you very soon. Bye, everybody.